It was the third week of the new school year, and the students were becoming more at ease with each other. Mr. Copeland's English class was getting a bit rowdy as students laughed and joked before class began. Lynn Collins was known for being a joker and loved to playfully tease other students. He never did it in a mean way, always in fun, and his classmates adored him for it. Though short in stature, Lynn was well liked as a freshman in a new school. He stayed active on the water polo team, thanks to all the swimming he did. Lynn liked to wear his hair long, partly because he knew it annoyed his mother, and it was his way of teasing her. His father had left after Lynn's mother returned to work and started earning more than him. Feeling overshadowed by her success, he walked out and was never heard from again. Lynn was mid-prank when the rubber band holding his ponytail broke, letting his below-shoulder hair fall freely around his face. Just then, Mr. Copeland walked into the classroom and spotted the disruption. "Miss Collins, would you please take your seat and settle down?" he shouted. "But I'm not a me," Lynn began, before Mr. Copeland cut him off. "Not another word, Miss Collins, or I'll send you to the principal's office," he warned, slapping his hand on the desk for emphasis. Lynn kept quiet, realizing this wasn't the moment to argue. He'd clear up the confusion about his name and appearance later. His friend Mindy looked over and giggled at Mr. Copeland's mistake. "Care to share your joke with the class, Mindy?" asked Mr. Copeland. "Sorry, sir. It was just something silly." "Won't happen again," she said. "I hope not. Now let's review yesterday's lesson." Class ended, and as students poured out of the room, Mindy caught up with Lynn, a mischievous smile playing on her lips. "Lynn, can you believe that? Mr. Copeland thought you were a girl." "It's not my fault my hairband snapped. My hair went everywhere. I think it's hilarious. What if we turn it into a prank? Let's keep him thinking you're a girl and we'll let the class in on the joke. Every time he calls on you, everyone will be in on it, and you know how obsessed he is with perfection." "That does sound funny, but I don't know. I mean, I'm short, but he won't be fooled forever. One mistake is enough, right? Come on, Lynn. You'd only do it in his class. Just leave your hair down during that period, then tie it up after. It'll be your little inside joke." "I guess. It's just one class, and I do love a good prank." So began Lynn's daily prank on Mr. Copeland. Each day, he let his hair down and fluffed it out before entering class. The students loved it, knowing Mr. Copeland was still convinced Lynn was a girl, a bit loud, sure, but still a girl. It was an easy mistake, considering Lynn could be a name for any gender. 2 weeks later, Lynn was at Mindy's house working on a joint project for Mr. Copeland's class. She glanced at him with that same mischievous sparkle in her eye. "Lynn, I've got another idea. This time, the joke's on the whole school." "What now?" "That last prank has gone on way too long." "What's your idea?" Lynn asked, curiosity getting the better of him. "You know how homecoming is in 3 weeks and nominations for prince and princess are due? I was thinking, what if I nominate you as one of the princesses?" "Seriously, Mindy? That's going too far." "No, hear me out. We'd only let the students who know about the prank vote. It'll be a blast. And don't worry, you won't win. We'll reveal the truth afterward and laugh about it. We just need a photo for the posters." "I don't know, sounds risky. But I do love a good laugh. What could go wrong?" "I knew you'd say yes. I already submitted your name, and the teacher coordinator accepted. We just need a picture before school starts tomorrow." "Wait, how are we going to pull that off?" "I'll do your makeup, style your hair, and put you in one of my blouses. They only need a headshot anyway. It'll be fun, just trust me. I guess this will be the ultimate prank. Can you just imagine the surprise on everyone's faces when we reveal the truth?" "I'm already laughing. This is going to be great. Let's get started." Mindy pulled out her makeup kit and got to work on Lynn's face. His eyebrows were a bit thick, so she gently shaped them, giving them a softer appearance. She was having so much fun with the transformation that she didn't even realize how far she was taking it. Next came eyeshadow, eyeliner, and mascara. She added a touch of blush, lined his lips, and finished with a soft shade of lipstick. Then she brushed his hair until it shimmered. "Lynn, I'm going to style your hair kind of like Sarah Jessica Parker's, except your hair's auburn and hers is blonde. I just need to tidy up the ends and add a few curls. Don't worry, you'll still be able to tie it back afterward." Mindy styled his hair until it framed his face perfectly. She stepped back and gasped at the result. "Oh, wow. What's wrong? Do I look silly?" Lynn asked nervously. "No, just the opposite. You look amazing." "Let me see." "Turn around. Look in the mirror." Lynn turned, and what he saw stunned him. Looking back was one of the most beautiful girls he had ever seen. He suddenly realized what could go wrong. "Mindy, I think we've gone too far. I can't do this. People might really believe I'm a girl. We could get in serious trouble. We won't. No one else knows the truth. And don't worry, you won't win. I talked to Ashley, and she's confident she already has the votes. Just relax. It's all in good fun." "Okay, but only if there's absolutely no chance I could win. Take off your shirt and put on this blouse. I'll take your photo and then we're done. You can keep your jeans on. We only need a headshot, so there's nothing else to worry about. Now look this way. Smile. Look confident like the star of the show. Flash. Let's take one together. Flash. And one more. Flash. All done. Come take a look. You look incredible," Mindy said excitedly as they reviewed the photos on the camera screen. "Wow. I do look good. If I didn't know it was me, I'd probably vote for that girl. Are you absolutely sure I won't win?" "You have nothing to worry about." Mindy printed out the picture and made several copies to submit. Then she carefully removed the makeup and brushed Lynn's hair back into his usual ponytail. "There we go, Lynn, the prankster is back. Thank goodness. I was starting to get jealous. It's not fair when someone looks better than you at your own game. Don't worry, it wasn't that much fun. Still, it was kind of wild to see what I'd look like. Anyway, we better finish our homework. It's getting late." They completed their assignment, and Lynn headed home. That night, he couldn't shake the image of the person he'd become, even for a moment. He fell into a restless sleep, dreaming about going shopping with Mindy for clothes. Specifically, girls' clothes. He woke up in a cold sweat. Okay, that's it. No more playing dress up, he told himself. The next day, Mindy turned the photo into Miss Benson. "My goodness, what a beautiful young lady Lynn is," Miss Benson said. "Yes, she is just very shy. That's probably why most people haven't noticed her before. Well, once the posters go up, people will notice. I wouldn't be surprised if she won." Did you include her favorite charity? The school donates $100 to the winner's chosen cause. I'll make sure she knows. She'll be thrilled, Mindy said, not revealing the real reason for the secrecy. Mindy later found Lynn and gave him the update. "What did Miss Benson say when she saw my picture?" "She said you were stunning, but don't worry, Ashley's still the favorite." Phew, that's a relief. I don't even want to think about what would happen if I actually won. The days passed, and all the ballots were counted. But Lynn's worst fear came true. He had won Homecoming Princess by a landslide. Now all he could think about was how to undo the prank before things spiraled completely out of control. "Mindy, what have we gotten ourselves into? I feel like a total fool. This was supposed to be a silly prank, now it's spiraling out of control. We have to talk to Miss Benson tomorrow and explain everything so Ashley can be declared the real winner. I really hope we don't get in trouble for this. I mean, maybe Miss Benson will laugh, but she might not. She's pretty serious about school events." The next morning, the two pranksters found themselves in Miss Benson's office, nervously confessing what had happened. "Are you telling me," Miss Benson began, narrowing her eyes, "that the girl in the poster is actually a boy? Do you understand the kind of situation this creates? As soon as the votes were counted, we sent a donation to the Cancer Society on behalf of the winner, with Lynn's picture attached, as is customary. During homecoming week, every winner is expected to attend a formal luncheon, appear in press photos, participate in a community outreach event at the senior center, and receive a makeover from one of our sponsors. There's also the parade and, of course, the dance. Do you realize the seriousness of this? You could face disciplinary action, and yes, technically, this could be viewed as a form of academic misrepresentation. Your extracurriculars could be canceled. If you're not expelled altogether, you have until the end of the day to tell me how you're going to fix this. And I want a real plan. Do I make myself clear? Lynn and Mindy left the office, visibly shaken. Oh no, Lynn. What do we do now? If my parents find out, I'm grounded for life. Grounded? My mom will flip out. We've got to think of something, fast. I hate to suggest it, but maybe, just maybe, if you can keep up the appearance through the homecoming events, we could smooth this over without making things worse. Wait, are you saying I should pretend to be a girl for real now? Not just a photo. Look, I know it sounds impossible, but you only need to pull it off during scheduled events. Come over after school, I'll show you what I mean. That afternoon, they shared their idea with Miss Benson. She sighed deeply. If you go through with this and manage to avoid attention, I'll pretend I never knew. But if it backfires, you're on your own. That said, if you need help preparing, ask. Later, at Mindy's house, the real work began. Lynn, if we're going to do this, it has to be done properly. From the inside out. The good news is, you don't have to worry about facial hair yet. But to match the look, you'll need to clean up a bit. Go take a shower, wash your hair, and use this razor to shave your legs and underarms lightly. You want smooth skin for the formal outfits and photos. Lynn followed the instructions. He showered with scented shampoo, cleaned up, and carefully shaved as directed. The sensation of smooth skin was unfamiliar, strange, but not unpleasant. He felt different. Vulnerable, maybe. Or perhaps just out of his element. He dried off, dressed in a robe, and returned to Mindy's room. You smell like a spring breeze, Mindy joked. Here, put these on, she said, handing him a soft top and a set of lounge shorts. Now sit, I'll do your hair. She carefully dried his hair and brushed it until it gleamed. You've got really good hair, Lynn. Honestly, if we had more time, I'd take you to my stylist. But this will do. Now, let's work on shaping your silhouette. I have a padded camisole and a skirt you can try. We'll test different outfits and see what works for the big day. Mindy fastened the costume bra on Lynn and added some fabric to give it shape. Even this small change made Lynn feel different. Not bad, just new. It was a lot to take in, strange and unfamiliar. Maybe it was the fact that Lynn hadn't gone through puberty yet, but everything about this prank felt way more real than he expected. Lynn, you're thin, but you don't have much of a waistline. I'm going to add this waist cincher to help create a more realistic shape. Take a deep breath and pull in your stomach a bit. There. Perfect. She handed Lynn a pair of sheer costume tights. These will help smooth your legs and give your outfit a more polished look. Lynn carefully put them on. Thanks to years of swimming, his legs were toned and shaped, not bulky, but strong. He caught a glimpse in the mirror and didn't immediately recognize himself. All right, time for makeup, Mindy said, full of excitement. She did his makeup just like before, subtle but effective. Then she helped him into a skirt and a sweater with a modest neckline. The skirt reached mid-thigh, like most casual outfits worn by girls at school. Lastly, she handed him a pair of low heels. Try walking slowly. Be careful, heels can be tricky if you're not used to them. Lynn followed her direction. He moved carefully, taking small steps. Wow! I think we pulled it off, Mindy whispered. You look completely different. Like, you could actually go out like this and no one would suspect a thing. Let me see. Lynn turned to the mirror. He stared for several moments. The reflection didn't look like the goofy, short kid who liked pranks. It looked like someone new, graceful, confident, even pretty. It was confusing, sure, but he didn't feel uncomfortable. He felt noticed. Do you think I can really do this? He asked softly. You've got the looks, but we need to work on how you move and speak. If you act like yourself, people might catch on. So we'll need some training, posture, walking, how you use your hands, little things. But we can do it. Great. Let's do it. That evening, Mindy spent 3 hours coaching Lynn. He practiced sitting and standing, walking gracefully, and how to speak more softly and animatedly without sounding forced. His voice hadn't changed yet, so he could still sound gentle without effort. By 11 p.m., Lynn was exhausted. Wait, Mindy said. We still need to remove your makeup. Come on, I'll show you. She led him to the bathroom and showed him how to cleanse his face and restore his hair to a simple ponytail. As Lynn looked at himself in the mirror again, now back to his regular appearance, he felt a small pang of disappointment. I know that look, Mindy said gently. It's weird going from all that effort back to normal, right? Kind of like saying goodbye to a character you've played. Yeah. It's strange. I'm not sure how I should feel. Don't worry. Tomorrow, the girl version of you will be back. Lynn smiled and gave her a hug. Thanks, Mindy. You've been amazing. That night, Lynn returned home and went straight to bed. His mother, curious about how late it was, figured he was just buried in schoolwork with Mindy and let it go. That night, Lynn dreamed again. This time, he wasn't playing a role or acting out a prank. He was just another student at school, sitting with friends, chatting about homework, laughing. And he was her. Confident. Seen. Happy. He didn't wake up anxious this time. Instead, he slept soundly. The next day, Mindy approached Miss Benson. Miss Benson, do you know if we can get costume supplies for the project, something that helps Lynn look more realistic during the events? As a matter of fact, I have a set of costume accessories from a previous play. They'll help add a touch of realism for photos. Stop by this afternoon and I'll hand them over. Thank you so much. Later that day, Mindy returned with the supplies. She had Lynn try them on to test the fit. How do they feel? She asked. Honestly, they're kind of strange, but they make the outfit look more believable. Perfect. Let's finish the look and practice more tomorrow. Mindy carefully helped Lynn complete the outfit by adjusting a lightweight costume top over the artificial padding. With some blending makeup and careful fitting, the illusion was surprisingly convincing. There you go, Mindy said. It's not perfect, but from a distance or in photos, it works. You really think so? Absolutely. But from here on, you'll need to start doing some of this yourself. That includes dressing. It'll help you stay in character if you're ever alone at an event. Lynn nodded, a little nervous, but also intrigued by how natural this was starting to feel. Mindy then had him try applying his own makeup with plenty of guidance. Step by step, Lynn followed instructions, slowly picking up the technique. You're getting the hang of it, Mindy encouraged. Keep practicing, though. You'll need your own supplies. Wait, why do I need my own? Well, first of all, hygiene. Sharing makeup isn't safe. Second, we need to go shoe shopping anyway, and it's easier to just get everything now. Come on, I've picked out a casual outfit that'll blend in. She handed Lynn a soft blouse and a pair of fitted jeans. They were trendy and modest, but slightly tighter than what he was used to. This blouse is kind of short, Lynn said, tugging at the hem. It's a cropped top, totally in style. And the jeans are meant to be fitted. Trust me, you look great. Lynn glanced in the mirror and blinked. The reflection looking back was cute, stylish even. It was strange, but he didn't hate it. All right, Mindy said, handing him a small bag. Here's a purse. Let's go. The two made their way to the bus stop, and Lynn followed Mindy's lead. As they boarded, he noticed a group of boys nearby looking in their direction. He froze, feeling suddenly exposed. Mindy, those guys are staring. Relax. That's normal. You're dressed like a girl and they think you're cute. It's not a bad thing unless you panic. But what if they realize I'm not, you know? They won't. Just stay calm. And remember, posture, poise, and quiet confidence. You've got this. They sat down. A few minutes later, one of the boys approached. "Hey, I'm Dan. What's your name?" he asked, smiling directly at Lynn. Lynn. That's a nice name. You new around here?" "Sort of. I just moved schools. Mind if I get your number?" Lynn glanced at Mindy, unsure of what to say. "Sorry," Lynn said politely. "I'm not allowed to give my number out to people I don't know." "Fair enough," Dan said with a smile. "Just thought I'd ask. You seem really cool." Dan walked back to his friends. Mindy leaned over. "You handled that well, polite but firm. Though, you did blush a bit." "I didn't mean to. I just didn't expect it." "That's fair. But it was a good moment to practice. Sometimes the best way to avoid attention is to act naturally." They arrived at the mall and stepped off the bus. Mindy quietly observed Lynn's walk, making sure the previous night's lessons had stuck. To her surprise, Lynn was walking with relaxed, natural confidence. From a distance, no one would ever suspect he was anyone but an ordinary teenage girl going shopping with her best friend. Mindy smiled to herself. Maybe, just maybe, they could pull this off after all.